Welcome to the Zoom Test Kitchen. Hi, everybody. Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Howdy.
Howdy. So I'm not. We're not in the Zoom meeting more than 3 or 4 minutes, and Roland's already telling me I'm doing something wrong.
Well, you want the emojis? Hold on.
No, I don't need any emojis. Thank you very much. So we will take a look at what I've done wrong now, and just in that segment of our show called "What David Has Done Wrong Now" with the stream, because it's not encrypted.
Cue the music.
I did everything exactly the way that I meant to, or that I've always done. But so we'll check that out in a second. First, let me just say hello to my buddy Hasmuk. Hello, sir. Good to see you.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
Doing well. I'm a bachelor
Your
tonight.
shot just changed. What just happened? Your shot just was that just me, or did the shot just change? I think that was one of those weird. Are you on a Mac or PC?
Mac.
Yeah. Every once in a while, it'll do that with me. It'll pop. I don't know. Interesting. Well,
Sounds
either
like
way, in both shots, you looked gorgeous. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Frank, how you doing?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Good. Good to see you. Tony has walked all the way here, and it's so good to see him up and walking and moving and shaking and doing and all that other good stuff. So welcome, Tony. I'll let you get your ears in, and then you can say hello. I'll also say hello to Roland, who's behind the scenes doing his thing. How you doing, Tony? Are you ready to say hi? He's working on it, guys.
I am ready to say hi.
Good to see you, sir.
It's been a great week. So,
feeling good today?
Walked outside yesterday for the first time since January 2nd.
Yep.
Just amazed. I have taken the wheelchair out of the room that I'm in. So it's no longer in this room. And I'm doing much better in terms of just being up and about and moving around. And as a matter of fact, I made the decision to go ahead and do something that I need to take care of before coming on camera. So I had come in early, and so I was ready to roll.
There you go.
I said, let me just go ahead and take care of some other things to make sure I don't have to interrupt leaving or anything like that. So I'm good.
Good. Good to see you. So, Mike, do you want to just kind of mention what you notice, and then we can take a look at it?
Sure. Okay. What I did notice is that as soon as David started the live stream today, that up in the top right there, and then David will be popping that up momentarily, is the infamous, if you're very familiar with the Zoom meeting interface, is the shield. And it's either tells you that if everything is good, or if there's that potentially
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. And I thought that was me at my end. Sorry. The shield at the top right, for PC anyways, I'm not sure where it is for David on the Mac, but the top right is actually where the shield, it told us today that we are unencrypted live streaming today.
Yeah, so let me thank you. And I apologize, I didn't have this pulled up ahead of time. So here's our meeting, and here's that meeting information, and it says encryption is enhanced one exception, and that live stream is the exception. So now, so what Roland then said is, well, David, you dummy, why didn't you set that up over in YouTube? He didn't actually say it that way. He was very nice about it. But so then what I did is I came over here to YouTube, and I said, well, okay, so this is our existing one. Let me go back to the studio here, and let's schedule a new one. So this is exactly what I do every week when I'm scheduling this. I click reuse settings. I change the date. I don't change anything here. I don't change anything here. I change the thumbnail. I don't change anything here. I click next. I leave all of this exactly the same. I click next. Public, and I set the date. Done. And then I don't do anything else. And so, well, I guess, you know what, let me go ahead actually and schedule this, and then I can just delete it so we can see what's on the next page, because I don't see anywhere to say I want, because what Roland said, sorry, I should have mentioned what Roland said. He said, you have to change the setup in YouTube to use RTMP-S, which is the secure one. So here I am.
So David, it's related to your stream URLs. If you see your stream URL information.
Yeah. Right, but how do I change? I mean, the YouTube gives this to me. I don't think I can change
Yeah.
it.
And then there's learn more, David. Right underneath those two. There you go.
I've never done this. So wait, so what do I have to do? So I just put the S in? Do I literally just put the S in? I can't type here.
No.
Check for
Roland
YouTube.
says you need to create a new key.
Okay, let's reset the key. Reset. Wait, this will end all your streams using this key.
Yeah. So yeah, no. Yeah.
Because we're using that key.
Yeah, we're using that key. Right.
But why? Okay. I mean, I'll try this. I'll take a look at it for next time. But I mean, it's always been on our TMPS before. I'm not sure why it would have changed all of a sudden.
Interesting.
Okay. Set the server URL. You can get the URL from the live control room. Show you the ordinary RDB by default. So make sure you get that. So how do you do that? Open live control room.
Oh,
Click the stream tab or schedule the new stream. Hold on a second. Under stream settings in the stream URL field, click the lock icon to show the RTMPRs. Oh, right there. That's it.
yeah, the little, and what Roland was talking about was there's that, if you see your Thursday line there, Thursday that has the date, if you
Yep.
do down arrow there you go. Generate new stream key.
Well, you can, but you don't have to. You can also just reset. Click reset right there, right?
That will reset what we're currently using though. If you want to, what you need to do is make a new one so that going forward, it will be, there's where you choose your RTMP. Default is now RTMPS.
Well,
Oh.
no, you can't change it to no. The only way to change RTMP to RTMPS is you click on this little lock right here. Boom, and then it does both of them. And mine disappears just because I'm using some funky black, make my screen black thing. So that's I had no idea. Okay, so now someone talk to me about why I care about this. I mean, for goodness sakes, we're streaming on YouTube. What am I trying to secure? What am I trying to?
Yeah, you're securing from, well, in theory, you're securing from YouTube's servers that are sending the feed to, let me do this right. So from Zoom servers to YouTube servers. So you're encrypting the data there. So that it's, again,
But I'm
everything
sending the
should be encrypted as much as possible on the internet.
Okay. Again, and what Frank is going to say, wait, I can't see the chat yet. He may have already said it.
You did.
Hold on. Matt, yeah. Okay, he did. So but Frank, what is that? What's a man in the middle attack?
A man in the middle attack is when someone intercepts your data packets and injects their own data packets, basically.
Oh, interesting. So what I think I'm sending to YouTube via Zoom may not be what ends up on YouTube if someone
I've never heard of it with YouTube. Maybe it happens. I don't know, but that's the general meaning of that phrase anyways, right?
Huh. Okay. All right.
That-
And Roland is saying, hold on. I'm sorry. 1 second. So Roland is, yeah. Thank you, Roland, for showing that. Not reset. You have to check the little arrow. Right. I can, but because you don't want to interrupt. Right. I understand. Thank you, Roland. But creating the separate key, again, doesn't make it RTMPS. That just creates a new key.
It creates a new key, but also doesn't disturb the live feed that we're currently sending to everybody on YouTube.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
And then all you would need to do going forward is to use that one and get rid of any other ones that are strictly just RTMP.
Okay, so all right, so you know what? Let's go ahead and let's follow through and actually make that one. And okay, so I'm going to click on create new stream key. We'll call this Zoom test kitchen. And RTMP will be default. I just access resolution frame rate. I don't want to do that. Create. Okay. So now we are using.
No, it's showing you that you will now have.
Now I'm still going to need to click that each time, I think. Yeah. It's not, doesn't look sticky to me. Huh. I wonder if, let me go into the one that we're on right now. Will it even let me do this? I wonder if I could like turn that on. I don't think I can. Wondering if I can turn that on midstream, but I don't think I can. Audience title, no. Huh, okay. Using SecretBot for YouTube live stream keys is crucial to protect your broadcast. Yeah. This is, thank you, Frank, for putting that in to YouTube article. Another thing that having it encrypted would, I presumably also prevent someone from getting your stream key and then being able to stream to your channels on your behalf. I'll go ahead and delete this new one that I made. All right, so now I need to, one more thing to remember. I have to remember to click the RTMP-S, that little lock button. And hopefully that will, that'll fix it for us. Hey, you know what I noticed, guys? That when, sorry, I'll make myself full screen again. So I got a notice about release notes today. And then I went to it and it said the release notes were about release notes. that they have now taken all release notes and bundled them into one place. Just release notes for the Zoom Workplace app. And look at this beautiful little chart that they give you now. It tells you the numbers for each platform. and then the different things that it's going to do. And then it tells you, we saw this piece of it before, but this little piece here, it tells you what platform each update refers to. So this is nice because I didn't, and it's funny because they still have all of these over here. So if you click on them now, all of them just redirect you to that, no matter where you go. They'll just redirect you to the Workplace app. So, but it's nice. Everything is kind of, and for those of you, by the way, who do like to get updates about the release notes, you do need to click on the subscribe button on this new one, on the Zoom Workplace app, if you'd like to get those updates, to know when a new platform, a new update is coming. So that's that. Did anyone else join? Oh, John is here, and Dan. Hi, John and Dan. How are you? I have to go back to the tab and get out of this. All right. So what else do we have? Oh, I got an update that the live streaming app is still being worked on, and we should have that. I think they said next week, maybe. Should have that next week. Oh, and sorry, this is actually really important. I had asked in our Discord last week about a bug that was in the, again, forgive me for not knowing the language, either the SDK or the API, whatever people use to build their own apps using Zoom stuff. That the person who was capturing, sort of ZoomISO style, capturing from a Zoom meeting, when they local recorded within Zoom, their audio was not present. So it took a while to figure this out, but they have, and there's a fix coming mid-September it's the SDK in 6.2 of the SDK. So that should be out probably mid-September to October, it looks like. Is our feature has separate mixed mouse controls? Right. So that's that. And that's important, to me at least. What else do we have going on? I have a question, if anyone knows. Do any of you watch Twit?
I do.
So in the new setup that Leo has up in his attic,
Yep.
I'm curious about how they're using Zoom meetings, because I've been watching the live streams, and in the, he's been coming live before the show actually starts. And he's had to tell his guests each time, all of whom are in a Zoom meeting with him, he's screen sharing, or someone is screen sharing something into Zoom. And he then has to tell his guests to click on the tab, the meeting tab, to not stare at that screen share. And I'm curious about that workflow. I don't know if anyone knows. I asked Alex, but yeah, does he know, you think?
I thought he was using Ecamm.
He may be, but he's using Zoom. Whatever the production tool he's using is, he's using Zoom into that. And my curiosity is the Zoom workflow. It sounds like maybe there are two meetings going on and one is ingesting another meeting, or I know there's a screen share of some sort going on. I've heard him talking about it, and I don't understand the workflow, and I've been curious about it. I asked Alex, but he hasn't gotten back to me yet.
Okay. The only thought that I would have from what you mentioned, David, was that it could possibly be that the share is sort of this is the topics we're going to talk about this show, and that is more for them just to guide them through going, okay, we're going to talk about this next, this next, this next. It just very
Right.
well be something like that.
Right. It could even be, yeah, you're right. It could even be sort of that combined with, what's that called? Oh my goodness. What's that? It's a fantastic app where it's like a countdown timer and stage timer. sorry, stagetimer.io, which for those of you who don't know, let me just pull it up because it's really, I mean, there are a few of them like this, but this is a nice one.
Yeah.
Stagetimer.io. So basically you can create rooms and then you can set this up to, well, this is a terrible one because I sort of started this and never stopped it. Let me delete this. Okay, so we'll add a timer and let's say this is a 10-minute thing and go. So now what happens is I can share this timer with my guests and they'll have this timer up on there. This is what they'll see. I have the controller view. There's an agenda view. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can share with them. Moderator view. It's really very nice. And you can message them and stuff like that. So I was wondering if, maybe they're doing something like this. They're creating a kind of a production feed to send back to them. But then Leo tells them all to click on the tab to see each other. So they're not, it's a screen share, but they're not using it. So I'm not, remember, right, exactly. Roland says if the guest does not have two monitors, the screen share appears as a tab and you can switch. Absolutely, that is what it is. I'm just not, I understand the tabbing. I don't understand what they're sharing into that meeting. That's what I'm curious about. What are they sharing into that meeting and what's the workflow? Are there two meetings going on? That's what I'm curious about. But if no one knows, that's okay. What else have we got?
I was gonna make the comment, David, that Stage Timer actually was doing really well over the last week or two. If you saw some of the LinkedIn postings that stagetimer.io actually put up, they are religiously using stagetimer.io to make sure that during the U.S. Congress, or not the U.S. Congress, but the current campaign that's going on between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Donald Trump is actually using stagetimer.io on the confidence monitors, and it was caught on
You're kidding me.
pictures. Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, they're basically it was actually some of the writing was saying, hurry up because Donald wants to start speaking and come up on stage, and that was actually caught on one of the
That's
confidence
fantastic.
monitors.
That's cool. Very nice.
Well, that's when they kicked the police union guy off stage because he was talking too much.
Oh, right. I remember
There was a
that.
couple
Yeah.
of those shots I saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's great. That's very cool.
And that's actually made by our friends at, John from H2R Graphics is involved with that.
Is it his thing? Do you know?
His and one other gentleman that I'm not remembering his name right now, but they've teamed up on stagetimer.io.
It's great. Delete. Okay. Cool. Ooh, timer labels. They just introduced timer labels. What are those? Custom labels to timers. Oh, that's nice. Okay.
There was a post in the Zoom community, I think it was this week, and the person wanted a timer, but they only wanted the host and the co-host to see the timer, but they wanted it in the gallery, and I was trying to think of a way to do that.
So let's just pull up because there's a timer app, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But why can't I get this? Sorry, I'm trying to, oh, there it is. I couldn't move it out of that scene. All right, let's come over here, take a look. So here's my apps. I have way too much stuff going on here. Let's close some of this. I got to keep my comments open because Frank is always dropping great stuff in there. All right, so here are our apps. And if we look for timer, get open. So now I could start a timer. But now everyone sees that, right? No, don't look at my screen. Wait, let me get out of this. But do you just see that on my screen, right? So Frank, so they're looking for a timer that only they can see?
Well, they're looking for a process or a way to do this, but they only want the host and the co-host to see the timer. And I don't think I don't know. Do the controls for that say restrict to like hosts and co-hosts? I don't think
Yeah, I
so,
don't
right?
see anything. I can't even imagine how you could do that. How you could,
I don't know.
if it's on your screen, because
There's online timers, like if you're willing to have a tab open in a browser,
sure,
there's
right.
there's
Well,
ways
that's
to do
stage
it
timer,
outside.
right?
Yeah, there's ways to do it outside of Zoom, but I don't know how you could. I don't know how you can share anything in a Zoom meeting that only hosts and co-hosts can see.
You know, it'd be so the way to do that, if this were even possible, would be to share a widget in chat, because you can chat to just hosts and co-hosts. Can't you? Oh, wait, you can't. Oh,
I don't think you can
no.
chat to groups in chat.
No, but if I turn off chat to everyone,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
then isn't that what happens, right? Wait, let me try it here. So if I say, right, participant can chat with hosts and co-hosts. So now the only group that you can chat with is hosts and co-hosts.
I think that's a feature request that would be an interesting feature request. Being able to make groups in chat. So let's say I put Mike and Hasmuk in a group, and then I was sending chats to multiple, like to those people in a group, but you weren't getting them and nobody else in the meeting was getting them.
Right.
That would be an interesting feature.
I would, one version of that, maybe even a simpler version of that, is I would love to just have an option. You have everyone in meeting. I'd love for an option to just be hosts and co-hosts. I'd love to just be able to message the hosts and co-hosts.
It would make
Oftentimes, sorry.
meeting facilitation easier, right? If hosts and co-hosts could have private chats with each other as a group,
Right.
because you don't want to have to message each co-host,
There's
right?
your there's your
five
back
of them.
channel.
Yeah.
So it's a back channel chat for the hosts and co-hosts.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking, this has happened a number of times, if I'm producing a Zoom meeting or helping to run a Zoom meeting, but I'm not from the org that's running that's hosting this meeting, very often, hey Jeff, good to see you. Very often, people will message me because I'm the host of the meeting. They'll message me questions about the org, and I don't. So if there were instead a host co-host button.
Roland's saying you can do it already in the chat. Sorry.
What? You're gonna have to tell us how, Roland, because I'm not seeing it. Does anyone else see it? Let me open up chat on this other. Everyone. I mean, I see next to each person's name whether they're host and co-host, but I don't see a way to do that.
Yeah,
Well,
as
maybe I'm-
co-host, I don't have capabilities, David. It's all on you on that one.
Yeah. Well, no. So wait a second. So here are my options. Hold on, I've got to turn this timer off. It's driving me crazy. Okay. So go away. So up here under my chat options, I can choose. Sorry, Hasmuk, by the way, I called you that. I can say they can choose to no one, hosts and co-hosts, everyone, or everyone and anyone. So this everyone means that it's just group chat. Everyone's going to see every message. Host and co-host obviously means just host and co-host, but that doesn't apply to the host and co-host. That is to say, host and co-host can still chat anyone. Let me actually just make sure that. So now it's set to host and co-host. I can still message anyone. I can still write to Frank as the host and say hi. a direct message.
But I can't. Now that you've changed it, I can only message the hosts and co-hosts. What I
But
was
as a
describing was
group,
yeah, what
but
I'm describing is a way to still have the ability for everyone to have independent chat, but for the hosts and co-hosts, I can't say that to the hosts and co-hosts to have a private back channel chat that nobody else sees.
right, we're talking about a couple of different options here. And yes, I'm with you 100%. But before we jump to that though, real quick, Frank, in your chat, do you see the names of the hosts and co-hosts that you can chat to, or do you just have a button that says hosts and co-hosts? Like, can you chat individually? You double pressed, by the way, so you're muted. Like, do you
When I click on the chat drop down for the two,
yeah?
I see you, I see Mike,
So
and
you
I
see the
see
names,
TTS Productions, and it lists
right?
host, co-host, co-host.
Right. Okay. So you can't. So you can respond to me, but there's still no way to message all of the hosts or co-hosts. And in addition to that, what you're saying, which is a phenomenal option, would be to have a separate chat channel, basically. I would actually argue that it would be a whole separate chat channel, not just sort of like team chat. This is something that, although it's not well implemented, if I were to open up, here I can show you here. So in Ecamm, just by way of example, not in the Zoom integration that they have, but in their old interview mode integration, they have a back channel, what they call back channel chat. So if I click that little button, here's my little, it's hard to see, but this is my little interview. And this is only the people who are in that sort of through interview mode in the back channel. That's what you're looking for through Zoom with just your hosts and co-hosts, if I'm correct.
Yeah, like definable groups in chat, so you could multi-message multiple people, but not everyone at once.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Hasbro, go ahead, please.
Yeah, coming back to the timer, I use John Barker's also H2R graphics. And although the talent is in the studio on premises and the host machine is also there, I put a little 5-inch monitor below the teleprompter and feed the H2R graphics window into the ATEM. And then the ATEM feed goes to that small monitor. So I use the timer and the messaging from H2R graphics. So if somebody has a question or I want to send a message to the talent, I push it down onto that 5-inch monitor.
Is H2R graphics, is that because John is, I guess, is he involved in both? I mean, he runs H2R, but is this a separate thing than Stage Timer?
Yeah. So Stage Timer is a collaboration with the original Stage Timer author. H2R graphics is just John's own initiative and his app.
Yep.
So what I do is that in meetings, through Companion, through a variable, if there's somebody that I have isolated through ZoomISO, then the variable picks up the Zoom name, and then it sends the H2R graphics lower thirds name into the meeting. So that's how I do that lower thirds, depending on the Zoom name.
That's great. That's fantastic. Yeah, Frank, please.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you unlock the chat so we can all chat freely again?
I thought I did.
No,
Oh
I'm still restricted.
Oh my Lord, I'm so sorry.
It's not a big deal.
I thought I had done that. Oh my gosh. By the way, I spent the past 2 days looking up, I don't know why you just made me think of this. I get so many questions through the little work that I do with Ecamm about Zoom that I went to look up to see if I could buy ZoomOversity.com, and it's not available. But I could get ZoomOversity, and then I could like build like a ZoomOversity, you know? Get it? ZoomOversity. I can get ZoomOversity.online for only $5. It's a pretty good deal. I'm not sure why you
For
made
the
me think
first
of
year
that.
only, followed by $35 next year.
Yeah. Here is, by the way, here's HDR graphics. So you can throw a timer up there. Thank you. I keep unspotlighting myself, and then you keep throwing me back up. I appreciate that. Sorry, Mike. Yeah. So this is HDR graphics. Is the green here? Do you still have to key it out?
No,
Or? You don't.
No, you can choose the black in the setup, so you don't stuck with the green. So I use the black and I key it out in the ATEM for the lower thirds of the graphic to come through.
Yeah, so Luma versus Chroma, David.
Yeah, correct.
But you still have to key it out. It's interesting.
Yeah, again, because of the fact that in the ATEM world, you would have to. In the ECAM world,
Right.
of course, different story. But in the ATEM world, yes. Because
Yep.
again, you have to merge the two channels.
Yep.
What's also very nice, he's got something called different graphics options in the Pro version, and one of them is like an agenda, this and then. So what I do is I put the images of the speakers, and then before the meeting starts, it gives the time of the next speaker and the image plus a short bio, and the whole thing just loops through. So between one session and the next session, that's what everybody sees. So I use quite a bit of H2R graphics.
That's great.
David, there's a
doesn't-
suggestion for you as far as your domain you should look at in the chat.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, you put in the chat? Should I get the domain?
didn't put it in there.
Thanks, Neil. Yeah, I really like .com though. I don't know. Are .coms going out of? I mean, Zoom for goodness sakes isn't even a .com.
.us.
Yeah. Except it's not. Wait, Frank, is it Zoom.us up by you?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of strange, isn't it? Shouldn't
Why?
it be
Yeah,
Zoom dot
CA?
Canada, whatever you are?
CA.
Yeah, see, well, I wasn't sure if that was California or Canada. They don't have it in every
They probably own
Yes.
every version, but
yeah.
that doesn't mean they have to use them all.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And they haven't been a Google yet to ask for a .google.
Right.
Usually, if you're a corporation, you try to get every flavor so that nobody can be an imposter and try to pretend they're you.
You know, have you ever heard someone say Mazel Tov? Like the Hebrew congratulations, Mazel Tov? So I built a website years ago for life cycle events called wishusmazeltov.com. And I had to buy like 4 different, because it's Hebrew and no one knows how to spell Hebrew in English. So I bought like Mazel, Mazal, Mezal. So I just bought all of them and pointed them to the same thing. So yeah, I know what you're talking about over there. Yeah. I should get a .live. I do own .lives. I own a few of them. What I'd really love is a .zoom, actually. Zoom, if you're listening, I'd love a .zoom, so I could get like a David Paskin .zoom or something. They're giving us everything else. Oh, look at the kitty cat. They're giving us everything. There's very little to talk about this week, so I'm getting distracted by everything that I see. What else do we have, folks? What else is going on? Tony, you're not, sorry, you just put your hand up, but for conversations, you're not, are your guests coming in via Zoom still? Like, are you in a Zoom meeting with your guests?
Yes,
You
but
are.
we're also using Mimo Live. So
But it's
it's
the Zoom integration to Memo Live, yes?
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
Okay. And
yes.
and so you did a whole bunch of episodes before Memo had that integration. How has the experience changed for you and or your guests now that you're able to just use Zoom? Or were you always
Um,
using Zoom, but it was just a different backend?
we were always using Zoom, and it has we've tried multiple things. So we had vmix, we
Yeah.
had
vmix
let's
before
see,
the integration too. I'll throw that in there.
yes, we had vmix, we had the what is it called, the Zoom that is like Zoom, but it has no, it's open source, and it does all of the same things that Zoom does, but it
Jitsi?
has. We did Jitsi, but there's another one. We did Jitsi,
EDO Ninja.
Video Ninja, Nitsi, Video Ninja. Um, I mean,
You've been around
tons and
the
tons of
block.
different. We've experimented probably with, I'm going to say probably 4 or 5 different back ends, but we've kind of settled in on Mimo Live, and it's working well. And it's not actually, we're actually not doing the actual integration, because we were kind of already doing it before the integration actually took place. So it's a little bit of a customized setting that Oliver is allowing us to do. So
So like Zoom ISO
I know,
into Memo Live, maybe.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's a little bit different, and our flavor of of Mimo Live is very different from even what Alex is doing with his Mimo Live with Gray Matter. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Yeah, we're very happy about it.
That's very
I
cool.
raised my hand because I wanted to ask a question about 2 questions. First one was about household things. So I noticed that I have on my MacBook Pro, I have like these decoloration, distortion kinds of things that are going on and I've tried to clean it, but is there anything that you can put on your machine to keep it clean?
The outside or the
The
inside?
the outside.
The outside. Discolorations? Like
Like
yellow brown? Because that
no,
worries me
it's
about
kind
the
of like,
battery.
it looks like little bits of water stains.
Oh, I don't know. Anyone know about cleaning these things?
Cleaning your
I've
Mac?
Yeah, I've just like I've just always done a wet paper towel with just wet paper
I
towel.
think
I've done that too, and I think that might be what I'm doing wrong.
Oh, great.
there's a
Then
spray you can buy that's favored by Apple people, but I think it's, if you look at the chemicals, it's probably just some generic chemicals, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
I have
think
a
they mostly use iClear.
That's the one,
Eye
yeah.
cleaner, eye cleaner,
yeah. I
No,
have
it's called iClear. iClear.
eye
K
cleaner.
K-L-E-E-R.
Okay, thank you. And the last thing was, um, do you think it's advantageous for me to find a audio meter to put with my small group of house of worshipers? Is should I invest in that? And I'm going to be honest. I'm probably the only one that's really even interested in this. They don't care. But the reason why I'm interested in it is because I want to help them recognize that they need to be cognizant of how they sound. A lot of times they'll come in and the open speakers and then it's when you're part of this community and you're part of office hours, and then you have to deal with some of the things that are, that regular people are dealing with, it gets to be kind of tough. But so
I got
should
something
I
for
just
you. I got
okay.
something for you. You don't need meters. Hold on. We just discovered this. Hope I can get this to work. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So, bear with me a second. I want to. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is called bouncyballs.org. Just wait, hold on. It is they respond to sound. And if you get too loud, you can set like how sensitive you want it to be. And then as you get louder, the balls will bounce higher. And you can actually change. So if you don't want emojis, you can change it to just plastic balls if you want. So you can just kind of show this to people, and they will. If you get really loud, then the balls get really high. You can do numbers if you don't want it to be quite well. That's still stupid, but you can do. But, oh, it even shushes you. Right, so the bubbles are at the top. Shh. And if I talk too loud, I push the bubbles down. And then wait, eyeballs. Let's check out eyeballs. They have noise alerts, shush, beep, or no sound. This is so fun.
Okay. So I don't have to bring in the meters anymore.
No, we don't
Thank
need
you.
Hasbrook's meters anymore. Wait, now it keeps shushing me. Like the reason I mean, obviously this is ridiculous, but the reason I'm sharing this is because if I was thinking about, we were actually thinking about this for a classroom, and not for in Zoom. You just put it up in your classroom for young kids, right? For young kids, so that they have a visual of how loud is the room, right? Is this room? Are we using our indoor voices, as we say?
Won't it just turn into a contest? Who can
It
make the
could.
balls go the highest?
It probably could, yes. But for here's my first question, Tony. I'm going to none of you are paying attention to me, so I'm turning that off. My first question is: let's say that you brought meters up, and let's say that you taught them about 24 LUFs or whatever. Can they do anything about it if they're too loud or too soft? Because my guess would be 99.9% of them are using the microphone that's in their device, over which they have zero control, and finding the settings in Zoom to manually control the level of your mic is not an insignificant feat in and of itself. So my first question is, if you gave them that information, could they do anything about it?
Well, the answer is that I do have 3, 4 that are using the aftershocks. They're using aftershocks, and they are we're at the point now where we are charging them as we need to charge them, and we're consistent. I only have one person that's not consistent with using them, but the others are consistently using them, and it makes a difference. And they're not just on their
But
laptops.
can they control the volume, the gain level on those? I don't know that you can.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. So you answered my question. So
I mean,
I'm
other
gonna
than
go back.
having them speak more loudly or more softly, or having them move closer to or farther away from the mic. But Robert Mike, I don't want to jump on your toes here. Do you want to go ahead?
Ever since you brought up the bouncy balls, everybody's been talking about it in chat. So
Yeah.
good job.
Who's bringing them to their next meeting? Who was that? Someone's bringing them to their next meeting. Yeah, they're fun. But Robert says that the only way I found that speakers understand that they sound bad is when they get feedback from the audience or you give them a recording of their audio. What is, Frank, sorry, Frank, go ahead. I cut you off.
I think you kind of answered your own question, Tony. You said nobody cares. If nobody cares, they're not going to do it. Zoom has a setting that allows Zoom to manage your audio. Maybe that would be a better use of your time. Just teach them how to let Zoom manage their audio for them.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think I agree.
Or Dave or Tony, what you could actually do too is sort of do you could actually make it where it's a lot more simple, where you could have it as a person that joins, similar to like Hasmus meters, but make it more simpler, as in can't hear you, not loud enough, just have sort of these type of like manually you do it and basically put the person's name in going, you're not loud enough, speak louder, just sort of like visual cues of that extra person instead of it being the meters, which will be more complicated for them to dumb it down a little more.
I'm a little surprised, and I see you, Frank, sorry. I'm a little surprised that we don't have a sound levels app in the Zoom App Store. There's nothing. I mean, that seems sort of like an obvious, easy-ish maybe thing to build. I don't know. Frank, go ahead.
Start coding.
Yeah, right.
I was going to change the topic. Can I share screen?
I'll say yes, and David's on mute, so I'll say yes.
Oh, I said, I'm so sorry. I said by all means. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. So Zoom announced a whiteboard migration tool. So you'll be able to import whiteboards from other vendors' applications.
Oh, from Miro and Lucidchart. Interesting. A drag and drop oh, it's not out yet. Oh no, it is out.
Coming August, so
Oh, so
I don't know
they
that
have
it's out yet.
They have
They have a
another
day.
They,
2
they have
days.
7 hours, right? Or whatever it is. That's interesting. That I wonder if that's good news for Zoom Docs. If they're spending time on import export on, again, that sort of not cross platform, but interoperability between all these different tools that we use, that may be a really nice sign for Zoom Docs. Hasmuk and Tony, go for it.
I was hesitant to bring up Zoom Docs, but I got an invite today from Zoom to attend a seminar, and it's all about AI first docs into existing workflows. So how you use Zoom Docs and the AI features in Zoom to automate your post-meeting items, to-do items, action items, and that kind of stuff based on AI. But this is using Zoom Docs.
And are you going?
I'm not going. I'm just attending.
No, you're gonna attend this.
Yeah.
When is it?
Yeah. It's on Thursday. They sent it, I think, from the Euro office. So I got British time, which is the Seoul time, or civilized time. So it's not in the early evening or early morning for me. Yeah, it's UK 10 o'clock Thursday.
That's great.
Yeah. So Frank did a great screen share there. Again, Frank, am I right? This came from this week's What's New on Zoom?
No, it was from a special what's new for fall education with Zoom.
Okay. Yeah. I saw similar stuff this week as well from the
Sure.
What's New on Zoom
Yeah, I go to
event
that too.
they have once a month. So yeah, so David, the takeaway that I got from Zoom Docs is, and again, this is my opinion, is that they're not out to actually replace Word or Office or G Suite. It's more going to be AI entirely focused. So if you want that doc to be made during a meeting and you want AI to do all kinds of different things to actually, yeah, yeah, there you go. As Frank just put up there, yeah. So those are all the different ways that they're going to actually do it. It's and then yeah, so there it's more Zoom Docs in my quick notes that I wrote down is it's going to be majority AI focused fully.
Well, but wait a second. This is really interesting because this is maybe there's AI here, but I mean this is sort of in some ways it's a little notion-y, the app notion-y, but it's a different way of imagining docs. This block idea, which is really interesting. I hadn't seen this before. Goodness, where was it?
Yeah, they didn't show this slide to me, so this is a Frank exclusive. So for the education market.
Oh, it was in Zoom Docs. When we, sorry, let me open it up because we docs. Okay, so here's So this is just the their opening hello Zoom Docs thing that they gave us. And this is, I guess this is the blocks idea. Wait, I lost my mouse. Sorry, there it is. So first of all, look at this thing kind of following us around. It's changing, right? So when I go up here, I've got a check box. Sorry, what did I just do? I'm not sure what I just did. I've got the checkbox because that's what this is. Click to open menu. Drag to move comment. Let me just make this small again so that it doesn't jump like that. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. Okay. And you've got the AI companion over here, which will generate content. But when it comes to blocks, you've also got is it 6 dots? 6 dots there. I can grab stuff and move it around. So this is what I think of when I think about blocks. So if let me put in an image. So plus, I'll grab an image from somewhere. What is this? This is a hot lunch menu. I'm putting in a hot lunch menu. So now I've got an image in here. And again, I've got this image is a block. And I can move this block all over the place. This to me is interesting. This is a different way of thinking. I'm not having to highlight stuff, copy paste or delete paste or cut paste. I can literally just move it around, drag it around. Tony, did you want to jump in here?
I just wanted to ask about what Frank just mentioned. Was that part of the new update? And has anyone used the update? And I just updated Zoom on my laptop. And was that an older update or was one come out in the last couple of days?
With Zoom Docs?
No, I'm asking, is Zoom Docs part of the update that I just did on my laptop?
Well, there was one from, I think, 2 days ago, or what was it, Monday? I don't remember. That was it was a tiny, just minor bugs. This one
Zoom
was
Docs
from
sort
at
of
least,
launched with Zoom 6.0.
Okay.
Somewhere around there, right?
I think, wasn't it was a .6 or something, right? Or .1. It was like yeah. I don't know. It's
David Robert from YouTube is asking, can someone give me some use cases for Zoom Docs?
Yeah. WordPress works like that now.
Yeah, and that's from
WordPress works like what now? Being able to drag blocks around? Maybe.
I think that's what Ray Harwood
Yeah.
is saying at Z-Span.
And right, and that's very much the same way. So this is Wix, where I have all of my kind of my websites that I build, and if I jump into a website, it's not exactly the same, but now I'm actually forgetting. Yeah, so each of these now see, it's not really the same because with Wix at least you can grab something and you can it's free. You can drag it wherever you want, as opposed to just up and down in over here in Zoom Docs. So for example, I can't with this image, like I can't. There's no wraparound text yet. I can't move it freely. I can put it wherever I want, but I can't just, if I wanted to put it here, have it sit here, I can't do that unless I say align right. So use cases for Zoom Docs. You guys are gonna have to help me out here because other than Zoom Notes on steroids, I'm not really sure.
That's
part of the
my vote on that
ecosystem.
one. Yeah.
What were you
If you
saying,
want
Frank?
we've been talking about this for a year now. Zoom wants to have an ecosystem where you don't have to leave Zoom. So it's a suite of tools. I imagine if you were a small business and you didn't have anything and you're just starting up, you might as well get the full Zoom package for you and your 6 employees, as much as starting with Google or something else, right? Or Microsoft.
Yeah.
Except, Zoom Docs may not be feature mature yet, but they've got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now I'm coming back to your timer and the idea of what Hasmuk was doing about names on, like, I wonder if Zoom Docs could serve as a source, a data source that we could then integrate into Zoom meetings.
I'm pretty sure that'll happen, yeah.
Yeah. If maybe there's a spreadsheet that you could grab names from, or a timer widget or something like that.
Yeah, if I click on chat, now you get sources of files. So you've got Dropbox, Microsoft, Google Drive, Box, your computer. Be very easy for them to put a link in there to.
Oh, you mean
to
under file, if you want to add a
Yeah.
file in chat, right?
But they've also got the notes as an option in more. Why not have docs as an option in more as
Right.
well?
Well, the reason why at this point is that you can't export notes, docs rather.
It's coming though.
No, absolutely. But at launch, they can't even integrate it into their own tools because they can't. It's stuck in Zoom Docs land. Can you export notes? Let me pull it up. I don't actually know. Notes.
They did mention, David, in Zoom, in the what's new in Zoom, that there will be, I don't know if there are currently integrations coming soon for third-party
Yeah.
tools. But that's where, yeah, I don't know if there's actual true integration right now or not.
By the way, one of these things is not like the other. You can always tell the new tools, right? Because the new tools don't have dark mode yet. So here's notes. So let's see. Can I export a note? It's just interesting. It's just the front page that doesn't have dark mode. Share. Link access. Duplicate, add to start, leave, remote, log, move. Yeah, you can you can export as a PDF. Yeah. So I wonder, but if I chose in chat to share a note, wait, where is that? You said it's under more? Where's more?
Well, it depends how you've organized your Zoom toolbar. For some people, it's in more. My note, I pulled it out of more and put it on my main toolbar.
No. But I mean, sorry, you said you can share notes in chat. Is that what you said?
It replaces chat as a side panel.
No, but I can't share a note into chat either.
What Frank is meaning, David, is that it's actually replacing it in the client. Like when you click on notes, it'll turn into notes instead of chat being up on the top right, as an example.
I'm going to share this note into share to meeting. I'm going to share this. So I shared it that way into this meeting. You all know Stream Alive, right? You've heard of Stream Alive? They're really powerful. So Stream Alive is it's an engagement tool. And the really powerful thing about Stream Alive is that it all happens in chat. Let me pull it up, streamalive.com. I don't actually know if I'll be able to get it into this meeting to show you because I turned on authentication. Wait a second, I'm not logged into the right thing. Let's see.
David, did you mean to share collaboration?
Yeah, that's fine. It's just it's a nothing. Coach educator. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm having a difficult time. Streamalive.com. Don't log me in. Log out. All right. I'm getting a login code. The reason I'm bringing this up, there actually is a reason for this, is, oh, here we go. All right, so this is Stream Alive. And let me bring up a session, add a session, Zoom. ZTK. And then I need the link. So let me grab the link from here. Where's my link? The real power of this is that everything happens right in chat. So today's the 30th, right? Schedule session, all right. Add presentation. This is not this. I'm not doing this correctly at all. In any case, I'll just, right. So people just type in chat where they are, and then it will show up on this map here. My point being is that as soon as my participants have to open an app, even if it's in Zoom, that's yet another barrier to entry. Chat, everyone can do. So if I were to say to everyone, hey, where are you from? And people could type it into chat and then it shows up on a screen that I can share with people, that's fantastic. That's perfect. That's what I need. But as soon as I have to say to people, open notes, oh, no, Okay, it's you click on the more button, and I know Notes isn't an app. I understand that it's part of Zoom, but click on the more, right, and then go up, and then Docs or the Notes or this or that. I don't know. It's just, it feels like way too many steps for the vast majority of people.
That's how a whiteboard works.
Whiteboard. But whiteboard, if I start a whiteboard, doesn't it just get opened up for all of you automatically?
Yeah, I guess you're
I
right.
don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Or did this open automatically? I don't even know.
Well, for me, when I click on notes, it replaces the side panel for chat.
Right. See, I can't relate to that only because I always pop out my side panel, so I'm not sure how that plays. Hey Ray, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Been a little busy today, but thought I'd pop in.
Well, busy's good.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
is.
Um,
I don't know if you saw my comment in the YouTube chat. But as Zoom Docs matures, I really see no future for Zoom Notes.
yeah.
I
I
think.
have a counterpoint to that.
Yes.
Text edit and the Notepad app are still here, even though we have Microsoft Word and other fully fledged word processing tools, but there's still some people still like the sort of scant amount of things you can do with text edit or Notepad.
Yeah, but I don't see that many people using Notes at this point. I mean, maybe, and I agree with you that every app that's out there has a niche, and people love it, and they'll scream if you get rid of it. But back to your point, David, I think, do we really see docs being ubiquitously used in Zoom meetings? I think the obvious answer is no. You would not, Tony wouldn't share a docs with his worship group. You wouldn't share with your sort of basic user people, but people who really do want to do a lot of effective collaboration. And three of us are getting together to author parts of a document that's going to become a policy for the company, and that sort of thing will, this will do things that regular word processors can't do.
I think it's early days. It's too soon to tell, but I also think the collaboration aspect is powerful, or could be powerful. Group projects for students and stuff. We're all on the same platform, and you're authenticated, and you can share it with the group. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
David, I'm on a search for there. I do know of something that you were asking about related to if you put it in chat and then all of a sudden it will start to draw on a map. I
Yeah.
do know someone that uses something like that, and it's based on YouTube chat. But again, if you could bring in the integration from Zoom chat into Ecamm Live, then you should be able potentially to add this as well. I'll be back to you.
Stream Alive, not to interrupt Mike, but Stream Alive will actually do that. You can actually tell Stream Alive, I'm going to use Zoom and I'm going to use a YouTube chat. And all you really have to do is show the QR code, and people who aren't even on either one of them, if they see the QR code, they can actually pull it up on their device as well.
I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. For the life of me, I cannot figure out how to get this to join a meeting. It's the dumbest thing. I'm so embarrassed I can't figure it out. But the just drop me back to Zoom Docs for a second. So I opened up Zoom Docs, and I'm trying to open these, and I can't. None of them are opening. Do I have to click? I can't open a doc from within. Okay, so here we are back to, wait, I gotta close this now. So Tony, I see your hand, by the way. So remember, we've talked a little bit about how there are two ways to interact with too many things in Zoom. There's in the meeting interface, and then there's in the app. So if I click on Docs from within the meeting interface because I want to start a doc to take some notes on for whatever, I can't do that because the by default, the only way to open a doc is to share it with everyone.
Well, that is the default. I think there's a way to open the doc and then unshare it and don't allow anybody else to, like, if you just want to take your own notes,
Well, if you want to
there's
take-
a, yeah,
if you want to take
but
your
you're
own
right. The
notes-
default is come up. We're all going to work on this together. And I think the current immature state of the app is that if you just wanted to work on a document by yourself privately, you would open it up in Workplace desktop.
Right. That's where I'm going with this, right? Is that if I come over and I say in Workplace and I want to open any of these, I just click on it and it opens and I can now work on it. I can't, it's interesting to me that Zoom Workplace, again, early days of this. So here I am, I'm in Zoom Workplace. I opened up a doc. It doesn't seem to know that I'm in a meeting right now in the same app because I can't. Oh, wait, can I? No, I can't. Like, I don't have the option to share this into a meeting. This is saying, do I want to meet with this now or do I want to schedule it? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem to, they don't all seem to be talking to each other.
I know what you're saying, but try this again at Christmas time or like in January and see
Sure.
if it's
Sure.
there. Like, I think they're building it as they fly the airplane, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Tony, I'm sorry. I've been making you wait.
No, it was a little bit of a change of subject, so that's why I didn't mind waiting. I wanted to ask, I don't know if it's appropriate, but can you talk a little bit about where Zoom and Canva might be coming together? Um, the reason I'm asking is because with all of these new features coming out in Zoom, do I need to continue with Canva?
Well, Canva is, first of all, Canva just announced that their prices they're having a big price hike come February. If you're on Teams. But Canva, Canva has docs. No one uses it. I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Maybe they do use it. But Canva is first and foremost a visual presentation tool. It's to make visual things. And it's fantastic for that. It really is. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy. You're not going to get anything fancy out of it. But although some people can do, some fancy stuff, this is actually something. So I'm teaching a class to a group of, I think I mentioned this last week. I thought it was really funny and I mentioned it. Yeah. So I asked Canva to make me, this is an AI image of a woman terrified and bored in watching a keynote presentation. That's what I came up with. Like, it's whatever. It's fine. She has almost the right number of fingers, so I'll take it. Get out of this. But is it? I mean, Canva's never, I don't think, going to introduce multicasting like Zoom does, ever. And I don't think either of them, Canva Docs or Zoom Docs, are ever going to be able to compete with Microsoft Word or Google Docs. Maybe I'm wrong. So here's,
I was just trying to justify it because I'm only doing one thing with Canva, although it has all of these great features. And then the only thing that I'm doing is actually making the thumbnails for Conversation with Tony Mobley. That's the only thing that I'm doing with Canva. And now that the price is going up, I'm trying to figure out, do I need to use something else that I already have, or do I need to continue to pay for me just doing this one thing with it?
Yeah. It's a fair
Hey,
question.
David,
Yeah.
there's some interesting comments from YouTube in the chat. You might want to take a moment to pause on.
Andy. Okay. So, oh God, I just closed it. Hold on. So just in answer to your question, Tony, I mean, that's fair. I think I'm in Canva at least 4 to 5 times a day. But that's because I create a ridiculous amount of stuff that graphically. None of it is particularly good, but again, Canva lets me do it easily. So if you're not doing that, then it is great for YouTube thumbnails, though. I will say that. Okay. So Andy says, thank you for redirecting us. Andy says, you can take personal notes in Notes and then optionally share it to the meeting if you wanted. So that's one of the differences. So if I go to more, I don't have to go to more, I have it. Oh wait, do I? No, I don't. I have to go to more and I click Notes and then I open up Notes. So let me bring Notes over here and I'll close Workplace. So here's our notes again. I can't leave this until I stop collaboration. So we stop collaboration and now I can click New Note and I immediately have a blank note here. I'm not showing you anything. Oh yeah, I am. I immediately have a blank note here, which I can then type on and then I can share it into this meeting. So that's interesting. Sorry, that's a big difference right there. That I can start a note, and by default, I do start a note by myself. Then he says, if you make a note inside a meeting from the bottom toolbar, I don't believe it automatically shares like Docs does. It doesn't. Right. So I just, again, I opened this up from within the meeting, not from the app, but from within the meeting. I just come over here, click New. Boom, I'm in, and this is not shared with any of you, but I can very easily just click on share and share it to the meeting right here, which is nice. Google Keep versus Google Docs. Right, that's Andy's suggesting that we think about it as Google Keep versus Google Docs. I used Google Keep for a while. It was fine. It was good. Or Apple Notes versus Pages, I guess. Google Docs still has some tricks up its sleeve, like that blocks, the structuring them as blocks, which again is very kind of Notion, to me at least, it's very Notion-esque, because that's how you move things around in Notion also, is in blocks. Very interesting. I don't know why I still haven't, though. I'm not using these tools. If I'm in a meeting, I need to make a note. I usually do it in Apple Notes. If I want to write something more long form, I do it in Google Drive. I don't know. I don't know what's going to get me over. How would, Frank, have you ever heard of Populi? Populi? It's a, I think it's an LMS, or maybe.
No, I'm not sure.
No. Okay. So I'm asking because the place where I'm teaching this semester uses Populi as its learning management software, and I'm wondering about how Zoom may integrate with LMSs.
Well, I can
Or
answer
how
that.
Yeah, how does it? Does it?
So it does. Well, the way it works is most LMSs, the mainstream ones, use something called LTI. It's a standard for educational tools. So if Populi supports LTI, then you would be able to get Zoom in because Zoom supports the LTI standard. But I don't know anything about Populi, so.
And is that is that here Populi? Is that, does that include like Zoom Docs? That's what I was thinking of specifically. Is like, could Zoom, because right now, for example, I've got, let me go into my class here. So on, I don't think I'm giving anything away by sharing this. Right, so there's, you can put your syllabus up here. Lessons, files, assignments, whatever, discussions, there's, you know, all the, whatever. This is like, it's a, I think this is probably a pretty standard LMS, I'm guessing. I don't know, I wonder about the integrations. Could you use, you know, Google really tried to make a play in education with Chromebooks. And I think they did a darn good job with it. I wonder if Zoom has something up its sleeve.
So in the
us also.
Zoom marketplace, there's a thing you can buy called Zoom LTI or LTI Pro. That's what allows you to integrate with LMSs that support the standard. And then
In the App Store?
in the Zoom marketplace.
Yeah, I have it up. So I don't, how does that work? I'm not sure I understand that. You install it as an app?
Your LMS will have a bunch of secret keys and things. So you have to go into Zoom
Okay.
as an admin, you have to configure Zoom, but then you have to go to LTI Pro and you have to configure that, and you get the information for LTI Pro from your LMS super admin, or if you're the owner, then you would be that person. There's a secret key and some other information you have to cross-populate in the appropriate places.
So then people can join right from
Yeah, you
the
can.
LMS.
Yeah, and then if you happen to use like an authentication method like SSO, then you can authenticate people so that it's not just anybody.
John, what's the CN?
The CN, and first, can you hear me? I'm not sure how good my Wi-Fi is. Am I okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, the CN is a social media portfolio learning management system created by a gentleman named Ali Jafari. Ali Jafari was the creator of On Course, which was one of the early LMSs that eventually became Sakai. He was also the creator of the Angel learning management system that was bought by Blackboard. And the CN was the first learning management tool to get integrated into a Zoom app. And exactly as I said, it's the LTI. There was a thing called, is it the IM? I'm dyslexic. Somebody help me. IMS. There's a
That's
group
right.
that, yeah, thank you. Because I'm dyslexic, I stay up at night as their dog. IMS came up with a way of transferring information between course management systems, but it also gave it a way of integrating with other tools. Our course management system on my campus, which is a little strange, and I think we're now on Canvas, but we were on a version of Moodle. And not only we were using Zoom, but Panopus, is that how they pronounce it? The class recording.
Panopto.
Yeah, Panopto, thank you. So there's a number of tight integrations you can do. For example, for me, everyone makes fun of me because every time I log on using my university account, it automatically makes a recording because it assumes most professors can't remember to turn on recordings when they're doing a Zoom class. And then it gets put into my folder. And if I have a course assigned in the folder, those files go automatically into that folder. So we don't have the zillions of hours up in the Zoom cloud, but it becomes locally stored, which is better for our networks. Ali Jafari's implementation, there's some things he's done, there's some other things he's thinking about doing, but being able to, typical learning management systems may have a chat, they may have a Dropbox, they may have all sorts of things like that, and trying to figure out how to reduce the friction of how students interact. And it's interesting. Zoom also, there's the old Blackboard team came up with Class, which was another early adoption or attempt to do an integrated Zoom in the learning management systems. As I say, I know nothing new other than I've been using learning management systems just shortly after they invented the wheel. So it's been an interesting history to figure out. The early development learning management systems were made to make it easier for faculty to give information to students. And Ali and his work has been trying to make it easier for students to interact with each other and learn, because learning is a social process. And the mini lecture from Idelson.
My mute button is not working properly. Sorry, that was fascinating. Actually, thank you so much. Hasmuk, go for it.
Yeah, I use Talent LMS for my medical events, and Talent LMS integrates with Zoom by integrating directly with the Zoom app. And so you can organize meetings or webinars around your uploaded courses that you have. And then the course can then be scheduled into Zoom for a live blended session. I haven't used it, but I've done it, and my plan is to do it. So it doesn't go through an API or anything. It's just like you integrate Google Calendar with the Zoom app. That's how you integrate the Talent LMS with the Zoom app.
Very cool, Hasmuk. And David disappeared, and sorry, I was busy doing other things there, so I'm back. All right, and I did find what David was looking for when it comes to making an interactive map from chat. So we'll have him talk about that when he returns. But guys, so you guys were talking about learning management systems, correct? While I was looking up things.
Yep, it's the integration of it with Zoom.
Yeah, and John was I heard a bit about Panopto. Yeah, Panopto I'm quite familiar with. That one's pretty good. Frank, you use again?
We use Kaltura, which is very
Kaltura.
similar to Panopto.
Yeah, yeah. Culture has been around for many, many, many years. Absolutely. Okay. All right. YouTube has actually been quite active today, so they love the bouncy balls. They love that, and they got freaked out about David showing the eyeballs. So that was kind of cool. And there he is, and then, and he's showing his eyeballs again. And Frank has a question. Go ahead, Frank. And David's back.
No, not a question. Just I don't know. I felt like we were filling time. A couple of weeks ago, I complained that in the Zoom app for virtual backgrounds, they have an AI virtual background generator now. This week, it started working for me, even though I turned the feature on 3 or 4 weeks ago when they announced it. It would never do anything. It finally does stuff. Maybe it's because I have an education license instead of a regular license, but I was making some pretty weird AI generated Zoom virtual backgrounds with it.
Go for it, Dave. Go for
I
it.
was just going to say, well, now we have to, I mean, come on. Hold on, I have to, video settings. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
now
David,
we have
while you disappeared, I did find your interactive map. So we'll talk about that after that.
Oh,
after the
okay,
virtual-
good. And by the way, the reason I couldn't get Stream Live in is not only because I didn't know what I was doing, but also because we did turn on authentication, and it can't join with authentication. So, all right, so here we go. We're in our settings here, and you said go to background and effects, virtual background. Was it virtual backgrounds?
That's right. You have
And
to have
then-
it turned on your account. So I don't know if you've got it turned on for your.
I mean, yeah, who doesn't?
Okay,
Have
well,
it
I don't
turned
know.
on. Neither do I. But I don't see where should the option be? What am I missing?
All right, hold on.
Do you know?
Video settings, background and effects, virtual backgrounds, and
You
then
click
there's
the
a
plus
search
button.
bar. Yeah, there's a search. Yeah, the plus button. That's right.
I don't have a
Wait, no,
search
no.
bar.
All right, I'll take a screenshot, or I can screen share whatever you want.
You can screen share if you want.
Oh, I just took a screenshot. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Everyone, file share my computer. There we go. All right, it's in the chat now.
All right, let's see. Huh. Well, I don't have that.
Then maybe you don't have it turned on.
Yeah. Let me go into the back end and see. Let's see here. Let's go into Zoom. One thing, by the way, here's what is that? Oh, it's the bouncy ball still. One thing, by the way, that I've noticed is, and I'm sure that I turned this on, but some of these windows, they always stay on top. They're persistently on top, and it sometimes is a little annoying. Like if I put something on top of them, I kind of want them to disappear. I'm pretty sure that I turned that on. Let's actually see if I turned that on. Always show meeting. No, that's not it. Keep it up to date. No, that's right. Animate, play audio times. No, maybe I didn't set it up. I don't know. All right, let's go over here and we'll go into our account.
While David's doing that, I actually asked the YouTube audience to give me the text for David to use for the AI so he could generate the
Oh
virtual
my
background.
gosh.
So I'm waiting to see what the
That is
YouTuber
hysterical.
is going to give me.
That is so funny. What is going on here? Oh, there we go. All right. Why am I in a Zoom events? Zoom.us. I didn't want to sign to events. My account. That was weird. All right, let's go to settings. AI. Wait. Or says search for backgrounds.
Is it turned on?
I don't know, I can't find it yet. Virtual
It's in-
background. Allow AI generated virtual
Yep.
backgrounds.
There you go.
Save. So we didn't have that last time. I think that's what the issue
It's
was.
been there for a few weeks, but
Has
it
it?
only started being functional for me this week.
Oh, okay. All right. So now if I come over here and it may not work in this meeting, but I can always jump out, make someone host, jump out and jump back in. Background effects. Let's see. Plus. Oh, maybe if I click add image. No, it's pulling it up.
Virtual
Let me-
backgrounds.
Yeah, no, it's not there yet. Let me jump out and I'll jump back. Oh, I wonder if the meeting has to end or if I could just jump out and jump back in.
I wonder if you have to turn it on in your personal settings. You turned it on for globally for the account.
No. That was my. I didn't turn on
Oh,
for the
that
org,
was
it
your
over
personal
here.
settings?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
for this meeting. Yeah.
Well, that should have populated to your that logged in account then, David.
Yeah, but do you think if I leave the meeting and come back in, it would make a difference? Or do you think the meeting has to end?
I'm just wondering if
Or-
the server has to pull the change and it doesn't pull it constantly.
Yeah.
Are you still using the PMI, David? To run the meeting?
Crud.
So that's a
Maybe
different
what it
switch
is.
in a different place.
I know. God, I can't stand it. You're right. I bet you that's what it is.
Go to meetings.
Yeah.
So Mike, put up a poll with all the crazy choices and we'll vote on the one we like the best.
Go to
I'm
meetings.
still waiting. No, nothing yet from YouTube, but I'm still waiting.
Okay.
They're not going to say anything. Pulse quizzes, Q&A details,
No.
and well,
Oh, you have to go into edit.
the
Yeah.
extra, it isn't there. But I don't actually. Let me open it up on a different account because I don't think there's an option there. Zoom.us. All right, let's come over here and see my account. All right, so this is a different account. Meetings.
Personal room.
Personal room. Edit. Show. Yeah, there's nothing here that enables that. So it looks like it's not a PMI versus whatever option. Let me just for the heck of it, let me hop on over here and I'll turn virtual, see if it's turned on over here. Yeah, it was turned on this account. Wonder why. It's interesting. Huh. So I wonder if I'm just pulling up the video settings on this other account to see if I have it as an option. And this, no. I definitely don't. Huh. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. I'm gonna, Mike, I'm passing it to you. I'm passing host to you so that I can drop out, just so we can see if this works. And then you can. It's all yours. All right, I'll be right back.
All right. So again, as we've said in YouTube in the chat, and we're being serious, and even though David says they won't say anything, let's do it anyways. Give me the text in YouTube. And by the time David comes back, let's see if we can actually get the virtual background stuff working. And we'll choose out of the panel one of the best, and I'll make it into a poll on Zoom. And we'll choose the best text to put in so that David can just copy and paste that and actually generate that as a virtual background. All right, David is back. And I just have
Hi.
to make him host again.
No. Just you can just keep it.
Okay, all right,
It's
continue.
fine.
As long as you've got enough control to do stuff, go for it.
I have all the power. All right, let's see.
Oh,
So here I
we're
am.
starting to get submissions, even though David said we're not. We're starting to get
Okay,
submissions.
just everyone just relax, okay? So here's, no, what am I doing? I don't want to go here. I want to go here to video settings. Now I can drag this here. Here we go. Background effects. There it is.
Yay.
So
Hey.
let me just, so before we go any farther, just so everyone knows, so this is one of those updates where you don't need to, it can pop up in a meeting that's already happening. What I'm trying to say is that this is an update that just has to happen in the app, in the workplace app. It doesn't affect the meeting really. All right, so let's try generate. All right, so now, what do I type?
We got two choices.
Okay.
So, all right, I'll put
Yeah.
them in. There's only
Put 'em
two, so I'm just going to put them in our chat. So there
That's
you go.
fine. We'll try both. We'll see.
All right, 1 second. I'll be right there.
The tension, the excitement, the anticipation. All right, let's see. I assume Rano David is supposed to be Rabbi David. Let's just just to see how it handles Jewish stuff. Let's use Rabbi. Rabbi David declutters his life. That's not such a problem for me. I'm a little obsessive compulsive, so unable to create an image with this prompt. All right,
Let's try
let's
another prompt.
get rid of the David. I mean the rabbi, rather. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe it's an anti-Semitic AI. No, David didn't work either. Declutter. We'll try this one more time. Declutter. Oh, I spelled it wrong. It's not going to be able to do it now. Declutter your life. And then we'll try the other one. No, nothing. Okay. Here's, oh, it did it. It did it. Declutter your life is really just pictures of pretty rooms. So let's do this one. And then I'll cozy library in space. And then I'll try and make it bigger for it. Or I'll just use it as my virtual background. We're making a cozy, oh, now see, these are kind of cool. Check that out. Or let me get out of this.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Here's another one. I'm too big though. I'm blocking too much of the
Space library.
too much of the library. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm in space. Oh, well, I see. I'm space up top there. Wow. Well, now you know what? I'm going to stop telling everyone not to use virtual backgrounds. I mean, now that we have this, I think we should all be using
Try
virtual.
Zoom Test Kitchen, see what it comes up with.
Zoom Test Kitchen. It is thinking. It is thinking. It gives you two options. Here's option number 1.
We're in the
and option
kitchen.
number 2. We are in the kitchen.
Get the Zoom connection, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's zooming into the test kitchen.
It's a nice kitchen, though. I mean, let me get out of the way so you can.
kitchen with lots of computers.
Broken computers.
Well, now, folks, now we know what to
does it
do when
matter
we
what
run
kind
out
of
of things to
camera?
talk about. When we now we know in the kitchen with lots of computers.
Does it matter what kind of camera you're using for the backgrounds?
What do you mean, kind of camera? So this is just my regular camera. I'm not using a green screen or anything.
Okay.
So, and it looks awful. I mean, you can see there's something popping up over here, kind of going in and out. I don't even know where that's coming from. I don't even know what that is. It's disturbing. All
Like
right,
you're doing the Macarena.
kitchen with lots of computers. Here we go. This is just fun. Here's one kitchen with lots of computers. And here's another one. This one may be a little better, I think. I don't know. And then, so now that we've got that, I mean, now what we really need to do is, let's see, I mean, just really dive in to the insanity.
So how long till the avatars have an AI component?
That's what we need. This is not really my avatar. I had an avatar. Oh, I'm in a different account. That's why. Well, look at how that. Can I just say I love that I have hair? Because I don't. I'm just gonna leave it. This is pretty cool. Pretty fun. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off now.
That hair was just blowing in the breeze there too, David.
By the way, this I can't stand. I cannot stand it when people use the blur. It just drives me bananas. Use something. Use anything else. Here it now saved. By the way, I can't really show this to you until I turn it off. But oops, wrong button. Sorry. It has saved all of those AIs that I just created. It has now saved them to this library, which is nice.
Can you export them?
Can I export them? Right.
So you can share them with all your friends.
Right. No, you cannot. Sorry. You cannot. Oh, well.
I wonder if those are stored locally or in the cloud.
They'd have to be local.
Then there's probably a way to find them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm more than convinced that I should continue discouraging, especially politicians, from using virtual backgrounds. We had a leading politician on TV a week ago, and I took an image of it, and I called him an egghead. And he said, "What do you mean I'm an egghead?" So I sent him the image. I said, "There's so much aberration that your bald head has now developed a curve that looks like the top of an egg." He wasn't impressed.
Yeah.
But he stopped using virtual background.
There you go. Oh, you know what I should have done today? I didn't think about it. Please try David's work desk with 59 stream decks and 10 computers. Okay. I'll try and do that. It's not gonna do the David's desk, but we remember these the automations that you shared with us last time, Frank. Maybe not today, but I'd love to play more with those because those were fun and they used chat, if I remember correctly. Isn't that what they did? Right? Yes,
Team
they
chat.
used chat. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was team chat. Right. Right. Boy, for that to come to a meeting would be great. That I would like. All right, let's see. Background effects. Generate.
We're getting multiple votes for David to do the 59 stream decks and 10 computers.
Yeah, working on it. Way ahead of you. I don't have 10 or 59, but oh yes.
It's not much different from real life.
It's not. This one I like even better. This is like heaven. Look at this one. This is, oh my gosh. Can you imagine? That's a great office.
And David, why don't you just slide something over your camera so that you don't have to keep ducking down?
Wait, hold on, because I'm stuck. I rolled over my earphone thing and now it's stuck under my chair. Hold on. Oh my God.
Oh, that's too funny. Hello, Lois, by the way, while David unsticks himself.
Hello, everybody.
Sorry about that.
I couldn't resist. I got here late, looked at YouTube, and I went, I gotta be in there.
This is fun. We can we're making AI backgrounds, Lois.
Yeah, I saw that app that says virtual backgrounds. I haven't got into the part that says AI yet. I'm not sure where that is.
What keeps jumping up? Oh, it's my guitar, I guess. That keeps making a thing over here. It's annoying. If you don't move ever, virtual backgrounds aren't awful.
If you use a green screen
Or if you use a green screen.
with proper
you light
lighting,
it
you'll
well.
get a much better key.
Right.
Proper
If you don't
lighting.
have fluffy hair.
My problem is I actually have a green screen, but just the way my office is set up, it's and the lens that I'm using, it I can't put it up to, like, I would need angles and stuff and whatever. How you doing, Lois? You're muted.
I'm hanging out in the kitchen.
Is that your real kitchen or an AI kitchen?
Oh, that's the new app,
There you go.
Virtual Backgrounds app.
Wait. There's an app?
Isn't that what you guys are using? This is the Virtual Backgrounds app.
It's just part of the Zoom desktop client.
No,
Where,
I'm in the
where'd you
app.
get it? There's an app?
Where it says apps at the bottom of Zoom, it says apps. You click on that and you have virtual backgrounds.
Oh, no, hold on a second. Oh, yes, she's right.
Of course she's right.
So what the heck is this? Wait a second. So look
There
at this,
are
Frank.
Dozens
on.
in here.
Yeah, wait, I have to turn this off so you can see. So, did I turn it off? I can't even tell.
Oh, no.
There we go. Okay. So I opened an app called, and it's one of the 6 recommended. Here we go. Nature, interiors, art, and travel. That's from Pexels.
Aren't these just like stock photography?
Probably.
Even if they're AI generated, they're just
No, they're not AI generated. No, we've moved on from AI. We're bored with you now.
no. But because Lois said there was an app, and I'm like, all right, well, that's not what we're doing, though, right? There's a
Right, no.
difference about what's happening now.
And
Correct.
then some of these, like this one, has a name attached to it. This is from user Mark McKemmon. So apparently people can upload their things and it shows up here. Here's Wendy's background.
And are they all free or do you have to pay for some of them?
I'm not paying anything.
This feels a lot like the music app.
What? This is Leonardo's. Here, let me just put my something over my camera so you can see the whole thing. Here's a month. So these are backgrounds from people. Now, where did you find this AI thing?
Well, yeah. So to be clear, these are just pictures.
That's right.
It's a picture repository, which is not a bad thing. It's a Pexels PEXELS integration into Zoom, so you can get some nice pictures. And then when you do that, let me just see. It does not actually add them to your virtual backgrounds in the app. So to do the AI generated ones, you click on the caret next to the video tab, and you open up your video settings, or you go up to the shield, you go to video settings, and then go down to virtual backgrounds. And if you have
now that's gone because I have virtual backgrounds as an app. Now it says adjust backgrounds and effects. There is no more virtual backgrounds in that list.
I'm not sure I understand that because I have both up. Can you share your screen?
Background and effects was recently, all of that stuff was conglomerated into one place. So you're both talking about the same thing. Maybe she's on an earlier version of Zoom.
Maybe, but no, she's talking. No, so the app is the app. Forget the app. You can close
No,
the
I
app.
know.
But
It's a different name to get to the same place I used to get to.
it's called background and effects.
Yes. And the ones that I chose from the app have been added to my virtual background, so they're there. I looked at them and they're there. And some of my own ones are there. You know, it's like I'm still there. My ducks are still there. My tree is still there.
So you see virtual backgrounds right under the title virtual backgrounds. Do you see
No, I have backgrounds and effects. And there are virtual backgrounds,
Right.
avatars, and video.
Right. So under virtual backgrounds,
Yep.
Do you see create virtual backgrounds with AI Companion?
No, let me go down further, see if I get
No,
that.
it's not gonna. So if you don't see it right at the top there,
I don't.
then what you need to do is go into your Zoom settings, zoom.us, go into the settings, and then you have to enable it. And then
Oh.
just jump out and jump back in. And you'll be able to see them there.
I'm trying to figure out where that is. Backgrounds and effects. Okay. I don't have anything enabling it.
No, in the back end.
Yeah, I'm in settings.
Sorry, so just search for virtual backgrounds and you should see it there.
Do you mean on the browser on the Zoom website?
Yeah, zoom.us.
Okay. So I was in the settings in my thing. Let me pop out. Sorry to interrupt. Continue.
This is about all we
Unmute
got
yourself
today.
and
This is about all we got today. Is playing with virtual backgrounds. The one thing we tell no one to do.
And what do you mean sign in? I'm already signed in, you stupid machine.
Not the browser and the app are different. It's already 5:00, but anyone have any guesses for what we're going to see at Zoomtopia? It's not. I don't have any either.
Yeah, so Frank is actually sharing the virtual backgrounds with AI Companion. That was actually one of the slides again this week, Frank, right?
This week or last week,
Last-
the meeting I
This
went
week,
to.
last week, yeah. So that's what, so Lois, if you see the share, then you'll actually see what you should be looking for in there when you do have it enabled.
Yeah. I'm still working on getting it enabled.
Okay.
Oh, there's other stuff going on, David. Clips has some things happening.
What?
You'll be able to
didn't see that.
upload videos to Clips.
So that Zoom can charge you more for storage?
I guess.
Yeah. Video upload.
It's
Interesting.
all about that storage. It's all about that storage.
Huh. I wonder, that's interesting. I wonder if Zoom's wanting to get into, I mean, it already is in that business, but I wonder if if it sees a market for hosting.
And here's another thing you may or may not know about.
Add clarity to your content by annotating your screen while you record your clip. That kind of makes sense, right? And we have annotation for screen share, and all Clips is doing is screen sharing. So that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Those
There's
are
more.
fun.
If you
Those
want
are-
more,
There's more.
I've got all kinds.
Dear Lord.
Be able to embed
Embeddable.
clips now.
Is that just going to be with HTML? Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be an embed code, right?
that's nice.
What else I got?
Frank's got all the good stuff. Lois, do you see it yet? Uh-oh.
No, I went out and I turned on start AI automatically when you join a meeting. I left, I came back. But
No.
I didn't see
That's
any.
not the right thing.
Oh, this is big.
Hold on. Let me just show real quick.
Sure. Yeah, do your thing.
Lois,
Yeah.
I got you. Hold on a second. So you're gonna go into your settings on the back end.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
Yep.
Okay. I'm on the settings in the back end. Okay.
And then just type in the search, just type in virtual.
Yeah, these settings are getting so complicated. Allow AI generated backgrounds. All right, there you are.
There you go. Sorry, Frank, go ahead.
So this is pretty big. I think this is happening in the fall. So I don't know when that is, but
Ooh.
and only
Ooh.
in paid accounts.
But not just, When I saw side panel, my first thought was in meetings, the side panel, but that's not what this is. Right? This is just something that's going to just kind of live on your computer. It
Maybe
reminds
it's like
me
a
little
side
of-
panel that's been popped out.
Yeah, it reminds me a little of huddles and how and the huddle implementation, at least the last I saw it, it also was kind of a little side panel that just lived on the side of your computer.
David, can you share one more time how you get to it? I'm in the back end, but I don't see it.
Everyone's still trying to do this. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
David,
so funny. Yeah.
it's only available on a paid account, not on the free account.
What the What are we talking about?
the AI virtual background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah,
paid account.
correct. They mentioned that this week, that anything AI based is you have to be a paid account of some sort.
Yeah. So you go into your settings on the back end. So zoom.us, log in, go to your settings, and then up here in the search bar, just type in virtual. And then the only thing that comes up, I'm not showing anything, am I? Sorry. Yes. I'm so tired. Settings, type in virtual, hit return, and then you should see it right here. Allow AI generated virtual backgrounds.
And I just have to check it, right? That's it.
You can check it,
Check
and then
it.
leave this meeting, restart Zoom, and come back in.
Because of the fact that
While you're looking at that, there's one more piece on there. If you could show that screen again.
Sure.
And oops, you're on gallery. Let me see. Okay, so down below it, it says manage things, manage backgrounds.
Right. This
That
is when they
only
allowed you to
shows-
add your own.
Yeah, this only shows you the ones that are the defaults, that's the ones that are there. And then if you've added your own particular one, that'll show up. But if I'm out of that, getting back into the regular meeting, and I go to virtual backgrounds, what I see is those, mine, and then a whole bunch more that I had looked at in that app. So the app is showing up, even though it's not showing up there in your manage.
Right. So here's the disconnect again that you're pointing out, right? There seems to be a disconnect between some of the data on the back end here. On the back end, it looks like I only have these 4 virtual backgrounds. But if I come into the actual meeting, I can see that I've got
That's on purpose, though.
however many. Why would that be on purpose?
So at my place where I am, we've got approved virtual backgrounds that we upload for the whole organization. And those are global. Everyone can access them. But what you make for yourself is yours. You're not sharing it with the whole organization.
Right, but
Makes
this
sense.
on the back end in the web, this is my personal account, my personal settings.
So I don't know about that, but maybe it's machine local. Like maybe if you logged in a different machine, you'd have different ones. But generally
that's
speaking, if you've got multiple users on your account and you're the system administrator, you can upload the virtual backgrounds you want the organization to use, and those are available to everybody. And then individuals can have their own that aren't available to the whole organization.
I also have my theory on this too, that it's a one-way sync. It's not a two-way sync, meaning that it's a one-way sync from the server to the client, but not from the client back to the server. And that's what you would need in this case.
And it carries over. I left the meeting, I came back to the meeting, I can still see those things that I had chosen in the app, and then I had closed the app. So something is stable.
And stable is good.
I think so.
When you go to a Zoom webinar hosted by Zoom, they all use the Zoom approved corporate backgrounds. I'm sure that's being done by their system administrator through their graphics department or whatever, and they have to get approval and do all that stuff. And then that's why it's built that way anyways, right? And then you can do whatever you want if your system settings allow it to have individual personality, right?
So Lois, we want you to actually generate one if you're able to type something in.
No, I
Do you
don't
see
have
that?
that. I don't have that capability. I did all the things that David said, and it still doesn't work.
Did you leave the meeting?
I left the meeting. I came back to the meeting. I left the meeting. I came back to the meeting.
I don't know.
So under
David-
virtual backgrounds, all I have is mirror my video, touch up my appearance, adjust for low light, and portrait lighting. That's it.
David, did you actually have to sign out of the app? No. Okay.
And
Didn't
let me
think of-
check which one I'm using because I usually keep up to date.
I'm not
I'm
seeing
on
it.
version
I'm not seeing it either.
6.1.6.
When I did it weeks ago, I had to enable it for the whole global account, and then I had to go into my personal settings to turn it on for myself.
Since I'm
matters,
one
Lois, but we're
person,
on-
that should, whatever I do should work for me.
No, that's not true.
You
There-
still have
don't-
you still have two settings sections in the back end.
Yeah,
Oh,
For what it's worth, you're on Mac, right?
yep.
Yeah, we're on 6.1.11 for what it's worth. But
Did you know that if you don't have a paid account, a lot of these admin settings and stuff don't even show up in the interface on Zoom.us? I wasn't aware of that. I think I read that you have to secure your account with a credit card, even if you've got a free account, to get access to a bunch of the settings.
I remember something about that. It was a while back where they didn't have to charge you anything, but you had to have a credit card on file or something.
Yeah, anyway, so recently I was reading and that came across and I was like, wow, I didn't know that. Because I don't ever use free accounts, so it's not apparent to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I actually learned something today too, that I don't have to just be in speaker view anymore for YouTube. I can actually be in multi-speaker view and it actually will work properly, which it wasn't.
That's a really important point, actually. You're right. Until we get the new live streaming app, which allows us to independently say what we want to send out, yeah, that multi-streaming lets us have a kind of a gallery view. Yeah.
Yeah, as host, I'm a lot happier with the multi-speaker versus just speaker going to YouTube. That's why I've been monitoring myself. You've probably been seeing me going back and forth, back and forth. That was what I was doing there. Any
So
better,
if I
Lois?
speak, I'll show up on your screen, Mike? Is that right?
Yep, and
All
YouTube.
right. All right, so the problem was that the version I had was too old, which is astonishing because I think I have it automatically updating, but I updated and I now go to virtual backgrounds and lo and behold, there's that virtual background with AI.
All right,
So
Lois.
automatic updates. There's two versions of automatic updates. There's fast and slow. Slow is for more stable and fast is for you want the latest features.
But it should update to the same client, shouldn't it?
No, fast and slow. There's a reason for that.
Fast is leading edge. Slow would be latest stable, what they classify as stable. And when they won't necessarily tell us per se what stable version is.
And
Frank,
so
unless you-
when I push the button that says our update's available, and it says, yeah, here's an update, do I still have to choose fast and slow? Because I didn't notice that.
That's when you manually update, you get the latest thing. But if you're letting Zoom do its own auto updates, then it's fast or slow. But when you manually force an update, you're getting the latest update.
And so where do I choose fast or slow? Is that in my browser settings?
I think it's in the desktop app settings.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna turn off my mic and go over here and play with a little virtual stuff, and I'll see you with a new background later.
Monday, I'm forcing 30,000 people to update to a version I decide, and that means I'm going to get lots of tickets next week.
Yeah, but that must make you feel so powerful.
Power. Ooh.
Oh yeah, Lois, if you open your Zoom Workplace app under General, the very top thing, thank you, Mike, and you go down, there's right underneath where it says automatically keep Zoom Workplace app up to date, you can say fast or slow right there. And with that, my friends, I think I'm turning this party over to Mike officially because I gotta get ready for my thingy dingy.
Take care, David, and have a good long weekend. We
Oh.
also have it up here in Canada as well.
What's Monday for you?
It's
Labor
a
Day.
national holiday. It's called Jerry Lewis Day. We watch Jerry Lewis movies all weekend long, and that's all we do.
And that's another piece of Canadian humor.
When I was a kid, I sent some money to what was it called? What was his fund?
Jerry Lewis Telethon.
No, but he had a specific
Muscular dystrophy.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's so funny. I remember this. I remember getting a letter back for, a thank you letter. And I swear I thought it was from him. And I treasured that letter.
And it might have been, you don't know.
That's true. That's right. You know what? And don't ruin it, David.
Don't Google
Santa
auto pen.
lives.
Yeah. And then we get into the discussion of if I am the generator of something, but I use a mechanical device to assist me, is it really mine? So if I was sitting at the table and I pushed the button to make that auto pen move, is that my signature? What would be if I broke my hand and I had to have something else,
It's an NFT.
It's a what?
NFT.
Which means?
What's it stand for again?
Non-fungible transaction.
Non-fungible token or something.
Okay. I'm gonna go over there and look at AI. So I'll see you guys later.
Ready, Lois? Let's see what Lois comes back with momentarily. So
I'm
Hasmuk,
also
is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you guys have a holiday this weekend? This Monday? No. Yes.
No.
No.
We're not that forward thinking in terms of every holiday is on the date. That means if it falls on a Wednesday, Wednesday is a holiday. If it falls on a Tuesday, it's a Tuesday. We don't have bank holidays or labor days like they have it in the UK and the US. So they don't make a long weekend out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Except
not
we-
abnormal for a
except-
lot of them.
Yeah, except we don't change our times from winter to summer.
Right. You don't spring ahead or fall back like we do here in North America.
Late
Very
for
cool.
me as well, guys. I gotta go.
Thank you, Hasmuk, and thank you as usual
you.
every week for allowing us to have the
No
meters.
problem. Keep well. Ciao.
See ya. Well, Lois has been busy. Is there any birds in there, Lois? That's the question of the
No,
day.
I tried for a redwood tree and I mistyped it, so it became a red tree. And then when I retyped it, this is what it gave me: a redwood tree with a second tree coming out the side. Very strange. Redwood tree branches in the air. But I will work on it. I have enjoyed for more than a year the Mid-Journey things, and I have some really nice things that I directed. I didn't paint them, but I was the one who made it happen. So I take claim as being the director for those images. Maybe I'll put up a couple for next week. Okay. I'll see if I can maybe upload them to that app. That'd be fun.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Bye, Lois. Have a good long weekend.
Well, Mike, I think it's probably a good idea we say goodbye to then.
Absolutely.
Wrap
Absolutely.
up the show for another week.
You got it. All right. So as I say to everybody on YouTube, I will just pin myself here. Oh, spotlight it is. Where am I?
Next time I talk to you, it'll be September. I can't believe it's already September.
That's it. That's it. So here we go. So every Friday, holiday or not, we're here in the Zoom test kitchen. Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you everybody for joining us. It was great that you guys were participating in the chat a lot more often today. That was awesome, especially letting David develop all those stream decks with all the computers. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as everybody on YouTube usually says, so that YouTube loves us even more. And see everyone next week, as I said, Friday 3 p.m. Eastern, 12